Welcome to About 6 Acres. I'm Nick, and I'm coming to you from inside the chicken tractor, aka goose tractor, and now aka our duck tractor. Because we've had ducklings for about 2 weeks now, and we actually had to go clean out their brooder because they made a little mess. So while the brooder dries and gets cleaned out, we are introducing the ducklings to the little tractor to get them on some grass so they can roam around, be able to swim, get some food, and just look adorable. So join us as we show you how we clean out the brooder and introduce you to the 3 varieties of ducks that we have on our homestead.
I like the ducks. Oh, they have a little like poop thing in the water.
So we have them in a temporary brooder setup. We basically have them in what was our chick brooder until we can get something larger set up. So we figure this gives them time to get acclimated. They've been in this tiny container, for a few days. So this just gives them something more to stretch the legs in. And then we have a heater plate set up for them, which I have to set up so that it's horizontal. And then, of course, we have their feeder that I'm going to be adding food to. But they're drinking. They all look pretty active. I love them. They're just so adorable. I mean, look at this face.
You doing good, Abed?
Josh got his little army of ducks. And so we have their big brooder set up now. We have the brooder plate just to give them somewhere to stay warm. Right now, because we moved them over, they're all huddled up together and it's just one big quacky cuddle puddle. We have their water set up with some of the Vita Mix or Vita Mets. It's the Metzner Farm vitamin boost for the ducklings. And then we have their food. One of our friends on Instagram recommended doing a towel underneath to help with the moisture. So that's what we're doing. But they're looking so cute. They have been amazing, but boy, are they messy. So be prepared for that if you get ducks. I'm gonna introduce them a little bit to you, but first let's go ahead and clean the brooder and I'm gonna show you the shape that it's in. For the brooder, we went ahead and used our meat bird brooder setup because it had the most space for them. We have 10 of them. And as you can see, we don't have a topper for this larger brooder plate, and so it is a mess. I need to disconnect that and let it cool off so that I can clean it. This type of feeder has actually been working great for them, so I do like that. And then here what we do is we normally have a tray with the waterer, and we don't have a duck waterer. We've been using the chicken waterer, but I think we're gonna have to upgrade soon to something else. But yeah, let's clean up. Removing everything in here, taking out all of the bedding and dumping it into either the compost pile. We might actually just dump it directly into the garden because of where the container was. We know we're going to be treating that as a garden bed for next year. And so this will start to feed it. The great thing that we learned about duck poop is that it's actually a cold compost. So you can actually put it directly into your garden. To put them inside the tractor because they're going to have to be outside for a little bit longer than... Oh my, you guys are all jumping! So they're going to have to be outside a little bit longer than we anticipated because we want to make sure that we dry off the brooder box well enough. So look at how cute they are. I thought it would be a good time to talk a little bit about them. So we have these that are called Rouens, and they are beautiful. We'll talk a little bit more about the breeds and what we picked and why a little bit later. But this is a little Rouen. I believe we got 3 of them, and all 3 are females.
He's a cute.
Cuties. And then we have these lighter color ones, which are called silver Appleyards. And they are probably the sweetest out of all of them right now. So sweet. And they're the ones that actually have names. So this one is June, the one that Nick is pointing at. And this other cutie is Annie. So we got those. And chickens, of course, always curious. It's okay, babies. You get to hang out outside for a little while. And then in the box, we still have the Khaki Campbells left. So this was one of the ones that my son was so excited about. One of them is a drake and the other four are females. So we have Abed, who is the boy, and we don't have names for the other girls yet. Mostly we can't tell them all apart yet. So that's kind of one of the important things when you name animals, is you want to be able to tell them apart. Hello, sweeties. Look at all of you. You're all so cute. So we set up their food and a little area where they can get into, and then some water for them as well. They're a little bit young, so what we do is, because they're probably going to get in the water, we'll just make sure that we dry them fully, since they don't have the oils and the preening capabilities yet to be able to do that on their own. If you have ducks that are hen raised, it's a little bit different because the mom teaches them all of that sooner, and the mom can do that for them. But because these were from an incubator, we just have to take a little bit extra precaution. Thankfully, it's so hot here that, you know, some of the other issues are a little bit easier to manage.
Goose feathers.
You got a feather. They're so cute. But this is their cuteness.
No, it's cool how they always want to stay together as a little group, and then they'll sit down for a little bit, and then like one or two of them will get up and explore, and then the whole group will go explore. But he's laying down. Yeah, you're testing everything out and exploring. Let's go over there. You get a bunch of sand? Eating a bunch of sand? Yeah, I don't think that tastes good. But they're nibbling on everything, trying to taste everything. Even the tarp.
And there it is, all the bedding. Now, this is a little bit messier than what we had with the chickens. A lot of it had to do with just the extraordinary use of waters that the ducks have. And you can see the geese are over there exploring, letting them know, hey, that's our tent. This is the area where the container used to be. So right now, I actually do need to go through and weed out some of that. And since we're here, I'll give you a look at our Roselle hibiscus bush. So we have two of them in this overflow garden, and they are looking so great. They started flowering about 2 weeks ago. They were nice, wide, and big open this morning, all of the flowers, but now they're starting to fade a little bit because it's the middle of the day. But even then, they just look so gorgeous. Maybe next week I'll come through with a bucket and start picking a lot of these calices that I can start dehydrating them, making syrup, making jelly. But look how pretty. I mean, they're just so nice. We're just going to let these panels dry, and these panels we've been using for about 3 years, and maybe they've had 8 or 9 batches of babies go through them. We probably should have water sealed them, something to that degree, or maybe even used plywood. But at the time we used what we found inexpensively, and this one happened to be it. We'll probably have to make some adjustments though and take care of it a little better. But again, for the price, being a brooder that we can easily take down, easily fold and put away, and take out and put together so quickly, we absolutely love this brooder. The geese are a little upset that they've been kicked out of their tent, so they've gone crazy over there and now they're protesting. But you got a bigger pond, Juliet. You got a bigger pond. Yeah, Mira, tell her it's a bigger pond. She should be happy. Yeah. You're not going to argue with her? Okay. But all of you are going to go and argue with the duckies. Let's go see how they're doing. Yeah, let's go see how they're doing. You're so cute. Okay, let's go check them out. And they are just fine. Loving their little shallow area.
I'm going to talk a little bit about the ducks that we got and why we chose them. So we got three varieties of ducks, and this one is our silver Appleyard, and I just love her beak. Her beak looks like antiqued furniture. You look like antique furniture. It's so cute. So the silver Appleyard, one of the reasons we got them is they're really docile, really sweet, really easygoing temperament. They are a dual purpose duck, so they will be good for meat and eggs, and they do lay a lot of eggs, like 200 to 270 eggs per year. And that's one of the reasons why we got them, is for the eggs. We're not going to use them for meat. So yeah, we're still getting used to them, but they do well foraging out on pasture, eating the bugs, eating the grass. But one of the coolest things is that they're gonna have the prettiest plumage of the ducks that we have. So yeah, they're doing cool. They are gonna be the largest breed of ducks that we do have. So we're super excited to see our silver Appleyards grow. We have two of them. And so this one is just adorable. You're adorable, right? Yeah? You wanna go swimming? Yes? Okay, I'll let you go swimming. Is that cool? You wanna be the first one in? Yeah. Okay, let's go. But now we go, my friends. So this variety of duck is our Rouen. It's got a little, I guess, a little French accent to it. But these are more of the, how would you say, the more ornamental ducks. Because they do lay eggs, but on the low end, like 170 per year. They do get pretty heavy, I think between 8 to 12 pounds, depending on how they grow. They are very docile, very sweet. So she's getting used to me, but you can see the little, what we call eyeliner around the eyes. You're so cute. But yeah, so these are going to be the more ornamental ducks in our group compared to the Khaki Campbells and the silver Appleyard. You just want to crawl in there, don't you? Yeah? Yeah, go ahead. But they love their web toes. They have that, oh, there she goes. You look at the web toes. How it's got that variegation in there. Variegation. That's so cute. But these are, so far these have been like the leaders. They'll go out first to do things, like go in the pool and go out forage. So they are the biggest ones that we have right now of the ducklings. One of the silver Appleyards is getting pretty big, but you know, they're getting pretty big too, right? Yeah, they are super, super pretty. You are pretty ones. Yeah, you're gonna be our models. You like that? Yeah. Okay, show me your walk. Oh, shaking the booty. That we have is our Khaki Campbells, and these are considered a medium-sized duck. They'll only be like 3.5 to 4.5 pounds. They're very friendly, but can be very skittish too. But they are considered to be prolific egg layers, almost laying up to almost like 340 eggs a year. Great foragers, which is awesome because that's what we want in our orchard, to have them go after the little weeds and the little insects. But we have one drake, which I believe you are him, which is Abed. So his head will get sort of that greenish color, and he'll be our only drake that we have. But we are super excited, right, for you, Abed? Yeah? you're gonna be the man over here. You gotta be good, right? Gotta be good to the ladies. And don't freak out too much. So they're actually gonna be, out of the 3 varieties they have, they're gonna be the smallest ones that we have, even though they're medium size, but got them because they are awesome egg layers, right? Yeah? You ready to go? All right, go lay down. No? You're gonna stand up, shake your booty? You're gonna go rest.
Working on putting back the brooder, and we moved up the part that used to be on the ground. We flipped it so that now it's facing up. Hopefully that'll give it even more time to dry fully. We did love how the hemp bedding was working, but with 10 ducklings it was going to get a little bit tricky to stay on top of it. And we also wound up on our last bag of the hemp bedding, so we're going to try out straw.
Good job. Good job. Who's next? Rouen. Who's next? Khaki. Who's next? Jake. What's Big Barn? Thanks for hanging out with us in our chicken tractor, geese tractor, and now, for at least a limited time, the duck tractor. And getting to know our new ducklings and the varieties that we have, and hope to have a lot of duck eggs coming in the future. So thanks again. Remember to hit like and subscribe, and always remember, you are awesome and you are loved. Till next time.